Jeff Stanek here with Figured Out Baseball. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. We posted a quote first thing this morning that I thought was a great one that I wanted to talk about a little bit. The quote was, "It's better to be prepared for an opportunity that never comes than to have an opportunity and not be prepared." I want to talk to you uncommitted players specifically about this. I know there are some uncommitted 2020s right now with only a month or so, 6 weeks to go until classes start. And that's okay. There's still spots out there for you. And there's a lot of other uncommitted 21s, 22s, and beyond. And for all of you, it's very important that you all make this distinction and really think about this situation. It's better to be prepared for a situation that never comes than to not be prepared for a situation that does come up. What does that mean for you uncommitted guys? Well, one way to look at it would be to say, I've always got to play like someone's watching me, like someone important is watching me. And that's a great way to look at it as an uncommitted player. You never know who's going to watch you. You might look in the stands one day and see no scouts. Well, maybe you see me. I have a shirt, just a plain blue shirt on, and you think I'm nobody or a parent or whatever, but I'm actually an associate scout for a major league team who has a lot of friends in college baseball, and I like calling those friends when I see uncommitted players. Or maybe like at a tournament that I was watching recently, there was a dad in the stands for one of the players on the field who was the bench coach for a AAA team. You don't think that guy knows some people, has some connections? You never know who's watching you. You never know who might know somebody. So you never know when your recruiting opportunity is going to come. To not be your best every day is to potentially lose out on an opportunity. It's better to be prepared for a situation that never comes than to have a situation come up and not be prepared. What if you heard after the game there was a scout in the stands and you thought, boy, I didn't know anybody was there. Man, I didn't play very hard today. Don't have that situation. Play hard right from the beginning. Another way to look at it is to say, I'm going to prepare for every possible situation. That way, no matter what happens, I am ready. That's what a good coach does with a team. A good coach would spend the majority of his time, or as a coaching staff, the majority of their time on things that happen a lot. Hitting, fielding your position, throwing strikes, throwing your secondary stuff. Those are things that happen every day, so those are things you prepare for the most. But you've also got to prepare for things as a team that only happen sometimes. Rundowns, first and third plays, bunt defenses, weird plays. I saw some things recently online about infielders preparing for what do you do if you bobble a ball, and practice basically recovering from a bobble and still being able to get it out, kind of keeping your composure and getting it out. Prepare for anything that might happen. So as a hitter, what can you do? Well, go into a game you don't know who's pitching today. If you have access to a pitching machine, see fastballs at various speeds. See a right-handed curveball and a right-handed slider. See a left-handed curveball and a left-handed slider. That way, hopefully, whoever you see that day, you've seen it. Maybe see something from a sidearm angle if you can do that with a machine. That way, you're not unprepared for anything that comes up. I've seen drills before where guys use different bats on purpose. They'll use their own bat, and in the later rounds of BP or in the cage or whatever, they'll use somebody else's bat, a couple other bats. That way, what happens if your bat breaks? Well, I use metal. I've seen metal bats break. Be prepared for any situation that might come up. And you do that by practicing. The guys out there that work the hardest, that say they put in the most time, the most effort, it's not just about doing the same things over and over again. It's about preparing for everything. You got to think of any possible situation and be prepared for it. If you're a guy that plays all your games on turf, but you're going to play a tournament on grass, get some ground balls in the grass. Go find a field somewhere. Same thing as the opposite. The opposite's true. If you play all your games on natural surface, but you're going to play a tournament on turf, that ball doesn't bounce the same as an infielder, or an outfielder doesn't bounce the same. See if you can find a turf field or multiple turf fields, because different kinds of turf are different. And prepare yourself for what you're about to experience. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity that never comes than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. As an uncommitted player, you've got to be at your best all the time. But let me go a step further and say, once you've committed, if you're all of a sudden okay not being your best, if that's tolerated, What does that really say about you? If you think no one's in the stands and you're not willing to play as hard as you can, what does that say about you? The great thing about baseball, and the thing that drives people out of baseball, is that it's relentless. Guys that are playing summer tournaments, you're playing almost every day. It is easy to not be your best on certain particular days. It's easy to kind of fall into a little bit of a lull, or let the heat get to you. You don't have as much energy. You stayed up a little bit late last night watching TV or playing video games or talking with your girlfriend. If you really want to separate yourself, make the decision every day to be your best. To do that, you've got to make decisions within that day to be your best, such as going to bed on time, eating well, not doing things you know you shouldn't do. Don't go spend all day at the pool if you have a game at night. That sun's going to take a lot of energy out of you, even if you're just sitting at the pool. Make decisions based on what your priorities are. That way, when the opportunity comes, you are as prepared as possible. To do that, you can check out figuredoutbaseball.com. We have hundreds of free videos. And for you uncommitted players, we have amazing series of videos from Ross Trachtenberg, among others, about how to help you narrow down your list and get yourself committed. How do you narrow down your list? How do you make recruiting videos? How do you get yourself known to other coaches? How do you contact a school that you're interested in and tell them your contact without them hitting the delete button? What should you put in that email? We have those videos from Ross Trachtenberg, from Chase Glom, from Eddie Hall, from Sean Buchanan, from other coaches as well. We have actual college coaches guiding you through the recruiting process. Click the link below. You're going to see a Ross Trachtenberg video of how to get started, how to narrow down your list of schools, and then where to go from there. And then you can follow the series of videos and watch the other coaches' videos and have a really good idea of how to get yourself on somebody's radar, get yourself in front of some schools, what to do, what not to do. And you're going to learn it from real college coaches, guys that actually coach, guys that are trying to recruit people like you. And they're telling you how to do it. They're telling you the best way to do it. And these videos are free. Hundreds of free videos at figuredoutbaseball.com. We also have a paid subscription, Figured Out Premium, where we add new videos every month. Figuredoutbaseball.com, the free version has 500 free videos. All of the new videos after 500 videos, 501 and beyond, they're all in the Figured Out Premium section. It's $3.97 a month. Go ahead and get a subscription and share it with your friends. Get your head coach to get a subscription and share it with your whole team. Less than $4 a month, less than $50 a year. Every school has that in their budget. Figuredoutbaseball.com. You can subscribe to the website for free and watch hundreds of free videos. If you want to go to the premium section, $3.97 a month. New videos posted every single week from actual college and pro coaches. Thanks, guys, for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week.